Hello YouTube, I'm Flip the Angry Asian, and I'm here to tell you why society sucks. My ex-girlfriend's pregnant. This is her third child. Her first child she blamed on me. I was about to marry her, but then she got mad at me because, well, I don't even remember, something stupid, and went back to the other guy, and stopped telling me it was mine. Child comes out, thankfully it looks like him. Second child comes along, no worries there, except that she almost had a miscarriage. When she tried to over-dramatize and say that he tried to beat her or something like that, nah. I know the guy well enough to know he's not a woman beater. He'd punch himself before hitting her. She got bored with him, like she got bored with me, because we both stopped paying attention to her bullshit. She's an overly dramatic attention whore. And what does she do? And someone gets bored with her and they stick around, but you know, they just don't pay any attention to her stupid. I'll tell you what she does. She cheats on him. And she's been cheating on this guy, on her husband, for I don't know how long. And she's 2-3 months pregnant. She's been on welfare since before the first child. And she's got 3 of them little bastards running around. Honestly, should my taxpayers' dollars be paying for her little fantasy fucks? To make matters worse, both guys were known meth addicts. One of them was a white supremacist. I can't remember which one. Oh wait, it was the guy she shared me with. Yeah. The other guy, I think, is a white supremacist. I'm not sure. And every time she has a kid, she's gonna put so much bullshit on the other guy that he's just gonna get bored with her and, you know, try to pay no attention to her. But stick around, because, you know, his kid, she tends to have a good picking for that kind of person. She's gonna fuck around on him, and she's going to cheat and have a kid with somebody else. Wonderful! You know, that was one of the few times I've ever thought, you know, I might be sterile, and this is a good thing. Okay. Girl lives down the street from me. Always bitches about not having a real man. I see 5-6 guys lined up at her house every day of the week. Well, one guy different day. You know what I mean. 3 kids. 3 different fathers. Just turned 17. Are you fucking kidding me? Oh, and guess what? She's on welfare. She bragged about it. I needed financial aid. Well, bitch, you don't deserve it. Well, but what about my kids? How are they going to support themselves? Support your fucking self. Holy shit. Maybe move in with your parents. That's how things used to be. You know what? You have a kid, you have family, you can't support yourself just yet, you moved in with the parents, and they helped you out. Why? Because that's what family's for. But you know what? Family's pretty much dead nowadays. Why? Because everyone wants to be adults before they're really adults, before they're grown up. People gauge themselves these days. My fucking generation likes to gauge themselves about how much of an adult they are by how much sex, how much partying, and that's really what makes you an adult. Whether or not you got a nice car that daddy probably bought you. That's what makes you an adult? Really? No! What makes you an adult is getting your shit done when it's supposed to get done. Oh, you got a kid? Shit. I hate that bitch. Better go find a ring. I gotta marry that bitch now. And even though I don't like her, that kid's gonna grow up with a goddamn father. That's a fucking man! My father would go nights without eating because my fat fucking face would not stop. And so that I wouldn't have to starve. Does that happen anymore? Well, I'm not that fat. Do I look that fat? No. Because I realized that my father is a real man, unlike most of these fuckers nowadays. You look at the parents these days. They aren't fucking parents. They're fucking kids with kids. A guy I went to school with. A guy by the name of Devin Bretcher. Yes, Devin, I posted this to your fucking Facebook page so you would fucking know. You've got, like, what, 3 kids? You're not paying child support on any of them? What do? You fuck the bitch, and then you run. This is also the same guy who would fucking cry if he couldn't beat a boss on The Legend of fucking Zelda. That game irritates the shit out of me. I would yell at it, but I wouldn't cry. Tears and everything. I can't beat you, boss! You know what? When I can't beat a boss on a video game, I say, fuck! And then I continue on until I rage quit. But that's about it. I'm not saying I'm a man, but I'm like you. I'm not trying to pose myself off as one. But this is more along the lines of shitty parents than whether or not you're a man or a woman. Because to be honest, I don't consider myself a man. I've still got my immaturities. Yeah, I fucking said it. Unlike most of you, I'm fucking honest. Okay. You got these assholes who want to be their son's best friend. My son can do no wrong. My daughter can do no wrong. Oh! You know this guy didn't rape you? But you don't like him anymore? And you want to go to court saying he raped you? Okay, we'll do that! That's an example of the daughter. And the son. Oh, you shot somebody in the face because he didn't like the way he looked at you. I'll get a lawyer and call it self-defense. Later on, this kid's going to be like 28, 30, still saying, I'm going to call my dad. You know what? Those people need the shit kicked out of them, and their parents need beaten to death. Okay, maybe not that extreme, but still. Holy fuck. You look at other shitbag parents. The ones that give their children everything. Oh, because I love my son. You know what? My parents loved me. You know what they did? They made me work for my shit. So that way, I knew what the fuck money meant. Holy shit. A lot of the stuff I got in here, I paid for myself. There's a bookcase in here. That my dad made. There's a TV in here. That I bought. This laptop that I'm yelling at. I bought that. Okay, let me see here. This hat? Yeah, I bought that shit too. My wonderful tobacco products? I bought that shit. You know what? This is what I hear these days. Oh, little Debbie wanted a pony. We found one that we liked, then we found more that we liked. We couldn't decide, so we bought them all. Really? My 14-year-old son loves the Ford Mustang. He's not old enough to drive, but I'll buy him it anyways. That stuff really grinds my fucking gears. What do these kids do? Well, later on they become the sons that rebel. Why? Because they've been given everything in their fucking life. They've got everything. A lot of the times. I mean, sometimes they don't. Like everything I'm saying. A lot of times it's like this, but sometimes they don't. They fucking rebel. And their parents wonder why. It's like, well, you gave them everything they fucking wanted. They didn't have to work for shit. You know, maybe if you made your kid, you know, do the laundry or wash the car or some shit like that. Or maybe mow a few fucking yards. They've grown a little bit of character. And these kids usually turn out to be shitbags. Guess who else turns out to be shitbags? Those parents who sit around and they do nothing but smoke meth, play themselves, and have sex with other parents. Oh! My wife, I don't give a shit about her. I'm gonna go fuck her sister. Oh, my husband, I don't like him. I'm gonna go fuck some guy he doesn't like. Meanwhile, they don't understand that their kids are looking at that as examples. That same ex-girlfriend who got pregnant and tried to blame the first one on me? I shit you not. Her little sister, not even 10 years old, walked up to me the first day. You know, you're hot. Did the whole... Hold on. Yeah. Thing and boiled her ass at me. You know, this fucking thing. Yeah. Are you fucking kidding me? Jesus fuck. It's bad enough my taxpayers' dollars have to support her fucking welfare check. And her parents aren't teaching her that maybe if she acts like a whore, she may get pregnant like her whore of an older sister. And that maybe she might get an STD. You know what? If she gets an STD, good. She'll fucking die from it. Therefore, eliminating that problem from the gene pool. Ugh, shit. These people fucking piss me off. We have an excess of shitty parents. We have too many single parents out there that think that they can go without a man. Or think they can go without a woman. Let me tell you something. A lot of good parents are single parents. I know a few myself. But guess what? If you have an opposite end there, that child's going to have a lot more character if you pick well. We're becoming a nation without fathers. And of course I'm referring to America. I see all these little fucking girls having kids. They met a guy. They known him for a whole 2-3 weeks. Oh, I love him so much. Who is it this week? And in order to trap the guy, they get the bitch pregnant. They fucking try to get pregnant. Like first girlfriend. My girlfriend I mentioned first off. Shit, you know what I meant. They trap the guy. They trap him, and then when he doesn't show up to claim responsibility, who do they have to blame? You have no one to blame but yourself. And my taxpayers' dollars are fucking paying for that shit. Holy fucking Christ. Ah, God. Of all the things that I can think my taxpayers' dollars can go to that I actually agree with, these fucking whores that have kids out at random, no! A lot of them decide they don't want the kid afterwards. My fucking cousin! You know who the fuck you are, filthy whore. No, she really is a whore. Now, that being said, when do I think my taxpayers are going to good use? And referring to bitches having kids and not knowing how to take care of them? Let's say you get raped. That is one thing. Okay, you get raped? Fine. Personally, I'm pro-life, and I'd like you to keep that child as much... I really would. Because I'm one of those people who believe that a child, even in the womb, is alive. Now, but if you decide you don't want to, alright, you know, there's a lot of post-traumatic stress involved and a whole bunch of other shit. You know, it's your call. It's your call. However, if you fucked somebody and they don't want to take responsibility so that you can party and act like a whore even more, you should have that fucking kid against your will. Think of it as an idiot tax. All those days of party, guess what? You're not allowed anymore. You gotta grow up, bitch. Devin, Bratcher, you fucking shitbag, you need to be sterilized. I didn't even know that you could fucking breed. But of course, you know, they're going to be, I don't have the money, I can't support it. How can I bring a child into this world? Well, bitch, you should have thought about that in the first place. You should have. My taxpayers' dollars don't need to go to you for your fucking abortion. You fucked up. You need to unfuck yourself. If you don't want the kid, you gain the money yourself. Or you have that kid and grow the fuck up. However, if you can't afford an abortion and you really don't want the kid, how's about this idea? Or you could always throw yourself down a flight of stairs, you know, that works too. There are plenty of good parents out there who can't have kids who want to adopt a child. That's another thing right there. And a lot of times they'll fucking pay you for it. Oh shit, I just gave a couple people bad ideas right there. But overall, I'm talking about shitty parents. Now my last bit here, the worst kind of parent, the protectionist parent. Rather than asking their parents, though their parents are probably degenerated to the point where they don't know how to fucking deal with it either, or rather asking their grandparents how to raise a child, who might still be in that degenerated area, but still, they watch these assholes who have no idea what the fuck they're talking about. Dr. Phil. Dr. Phil's a man trader. Dr. Phil has a vagina, and it's deep like a golf bag. He didn't start out with one, but he acted like a bitch long enough to grow one of those things. And don't you fucking dare say, don't diss Dr. Phil. Dr. Phil's a man trader. Don't talk to your woman. That's how fights get started. Okay, that being said, Calm down. Go to my zen place. Go to my zen place. Now, they're the protectionists. These exist in all walks of life. These are generally the left-swinging people in society. At least American society. If something's bad, we need to remove it. Rather than teaching your dangers. The dangers of such things. Don't stick a fork in a light bulb. No. Don't stick a fork in a power outlet. Rather than beating the shit out of your kid, telling them no, you don't do that. What they do is they plug little fucking plastic pieces in. Now, I can understand that. You honestly think your kid's too much of a retard to learn if you smack their little hand and say no. Yeah, I see. These are the same people who say that guns are what caused the Sandy Hook shooting. No, it wasn't the gun. It was the fucking psychopath who probably wasn't raised like what I mentioned before, because mom's probably on meth or some other shit like that. It's her fucking fault, and if she was fucking alive and didn't die, she would be the one paying for this shit. She'd be under criminal charges for being negligent of her own fucking son, for being a little psychopath. That really pissed me off. It really did. Oh, guns are bad. Guns are bad. While you're at it, let's ban them. And while we're at it, let's ban crystal meth, heroin, cocaine, and marijuana. Yeah, that'll show the criminals. That'll keep them from getting that shit. Shit, I spilled some of it. Ah! By the way, that's doka. That's a tobacco from the Arabs, the Middle East. This was actually imported from Saudi Arabia right here. It's a really, really fine tobacco. Now you see another part of my channel, another side of me. I have refined taste. Now, that being said, I'm going to go back on my little tirade and tell you that I fucking hate all of you. One of the biggest problems is we can't discipline our kids. You have to give them a time out, which doesn't fucking work. You tell them to go to their fucking room, they go play PlayStation, or get on their computer, like I am now. I didn't get grounded. My dad would have come up here and beat my ass for yelling at you fuckers. If I was. You gotta give him a time out. My dad would take time out of his day to show me who's boss. And you know what? At first, when I was a little kid, I hated my dad for it. I thought I was an asshole. I thought it was unfair. I didn't think it was right. But looking back at it, I understand what that was for. There's a difference between bending your son or daughter over your knee and giving them swats on the ass and punching them in the face. And a lot of you don't know what the fuck the difference is. That being said, I'll leave you all with this. If your kid turns into a little violent psychopath, it's your fucking fault. If you don't want to actually know how to take care of your kid and you just want to put them on medication, and when those meds backfire, and they do, I mean, just look at it. Antidepressants usually a lot of times lead to suicides. Oh, it's only a few cases. No, it's not. It's your fucking fault if your kid hangs himself because they don't feel like they fit in and that you're on medications that you suggested, that you asked the doctor for. If your kid's a little fucking hellion, it's your fucking fault. If your kid turns into a gangbanger, it's your fucking fault. If your kid turns into a juggalo, it's your fucking fault. It is your fault. The children are always representations of their parents. Some rise to more prominence than the others. Some do not. The combination of the two parents always leads to the end result of the one son. My mother had very bad temper issues. My father used to, but he learned how to cope. And, you know, I cope the same way my father does. Yeah, the military did that to him. But my mother, oh, she still got the temper. Which is why I still have a very, very rabid temper. Which is why I'm telling you all right now, I have standards on how I live my life. I'm going to discipline my children when I finally do am forced to become a man and take responsibility for my penis's actions. My actions. But most of you parents don't know what the fuck you're doing. And I'm not just talking about these 20-year-old parents, these young parents of my generation. I'm 21. I'm talking about the 30, 40-year-old parents, sometimes 50-year-old, that still don't know what the fuck they're doing because you listen to Dr. Phil!